Let's move on. Let's talk about Xavier Worthy. Got a lot of buzz for running that 4.21 at the combine, which was nuts, by the way. That is nuts. Okay. Like, I don't like when John Ross broke the record, I felt like they were talking about it forever. And John Ross, I mean, that shot John Ross into the top 15 pick. It's like was John Ross actually deserving of being drafted? Was it like 12th overall or something like that? No, probably not. Xavier Worthy also has drop issues as well. He has had drop issues, and that's not to say that he can't make contested catches or whatever, but he's a small guy. He's a small guy, but dude, do you watch that Wyoming game, that particular highlight when he just takes off, dude. And you can just see that this speed is just different. And I think there's definitely some teams in some really elite offenses that value that speed. I do not have Xavier Worthy as a first round grade. Okay. That might shock some people. I have AD Mitchell. His grade, my grade I have for AD Mitchell is way higher than Xavier Worthy, by the way. It's
Yeah.
way higher. So it's not that I'm an Aggie and I'm down on Xavier Worthy. Byron Murphy, by the way, I want to go to the Bears, which is my favorite NFL football team. So don't the Longhorns in here don't come hating me. Aggies, don't call me traitor. I do think Xavier Worthy is a really, really freaking good player, man. Really good. But to me, it's just like it's just speed that he has, which by the way is a huge asset. It's a massive asset, just as Tyreek Hill. But I think Tyreek Hill can do more. He's better contested catcher. I think his frame is a little bit more filled out than Xavier Worthy's. I mean, what does Xavier Worthy weigh? Like 165?
I mean, he probably played at 170-ish, 175, but he ran that at
Maybe.
165, which helped him run that. I mean, everyone's like the auto comparison is like, oh, put him with the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, blah blah. Put him with the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill, right? And like they're different players, okay? Like Tyreek Hill is a unicorn. He is crazy, right? His route running is unbelievable, and Xavier Ward's got good route running, by the way. But he's fit. Tyreek Hill is physical at the same time. He is speedy, and he's also like 2 inches shorter, but a little more stocky and all that good stuff. But Xavier Ward's a very good athlete, right? Like I agree with you there. I don't think he's a first round talent. I think very easily go in the first round. I just think
I, I
the Bills
I'll in my final mock
convince
draft,
themselves of.
I probably will have him go in the first round. Even though I have a second round grade on him. I might have him go in the first round.
I mean, if some of the guys are off the board at 27 for the Cardinals, I don't see them doing, or even Green Bay. If you're like Christian Watson's hamstring is screwed, right? We can't fix it. This is going to keep ranging. Like you need a deep threat. Boom, Xavier Worthy. Like I don't think it's crazy. I just it worries me. I do not think he's the same player as John Ross. By the way, I do not. I mean,
No.
I remember watching him against Oklahoma as a freshman, and like he just had different speed as a freshman in the biggest game of the year for Texas. Like it was nuts what he was doing, and he did it over a couple of years. Obviously, last year, or I'm sorry, 2022 was a little disappointing. Followed up with a very nice year, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a very heavy spread it out offense. Who also had Jonathan Brooks, who also had Eddie Mitchell, who had Tavian Sanders, Jordan Winningham, a lot of mouths to feed, and he was very, very good. I think scheme fit matters here, but I think the teams that the reason why I don't make him a first round pick is because I don't think he is, just plug and chug anywhere you want. He can fit, right? Any offense you fit. I think certain offenses that have a plan to do it, he can be very successful in. I just don't know if every offense he can do that. And that's part of the reason what scares me for him is that fit matters. But I do think I'm probably going to come away from it after the first round and be like, okay, you know what? The Chiefs won him at 32. I could see him working out there and whatnot. So like that's kind of where I'm at with Xavier Worthy.
He's way better than Troy Franklin, by the way.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's way better.
Also,
So
you gonna be? Would you beef him up, Xavier Worthy? Would you put on 15 pounds and just lose maybe a tenth of his speed?
I don't know, man. Probably. I'd say probably, yeah. I mean,
Like you
he
have
came at
to.
165 weighing. By the way, his roster at 6'1". He measured in at 5'11" at the combine. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
I mean,
But
so yeah,
yeah,
unless you're
but
Joe Alt,
it's not
everyone's
it's not
doing
his
that.
height. It's not his height and weight that you're oogling and boogling over, right? It's his speed. He's explosive. 41-inch vertical is kind of nuts. 10'11" broad jump is also kind of nuts. He's a really good football player, guys. And here's the thing, like when you have speed like that on teams, like you're gonna force teams in your division to have to adjust and draft guys that can burn with Xavier Worthy. You know, like you're gonna force other teams to waste draft capital on speedy McSpeedsters to cover. You know,
And if they don't, then it's gonna be a long day. If you have the
exactly,
quarterback and the offense, take advantage of them. It's gonna be a long day, a very long day.
absolutely.